Hey yo, what's up guys? How's it going? Welcome to another YouTube video. And you are asking, if you are, then what's going on? This is a different set and this is a different mode. Alright, so I'm in a different city for a StarkNet conference. And two, I'm so pumped I can't wait to share the good news of Moralis with you. So you're asking what Moralis is? If you've not heard about it, Moralis is a platform that provides you the infrastructure to get data, get access to information on the blockchain via API, via tools, and you can also get nodes and access to nodes that you can use to work with data from the blockchain and connect to the blockchain, change states, get access, the way you would normally do if you're a blockchain dev. But Moralis takes it 10 times higher, makes it 10 times easier to do that, because now you could do some crazy computations without all the effort you would have put in the first place. And today we are going to look at that and probably build a very tiny demo. And don't worry, I got everything covered. So Moralis allows you to build things faster because a lot of the work has been done for you behind the scene. All you need to do is just take all these wonderful things that Moralis have built and use that to power through your apps and build Web3 applications, even without writing a bunch of Web3 code. Just APIs and the normal Web2 stuff you would normally do. So that's what Moralis gives you, the infrastructure to build Web3 applications easily, without stress, erasing and eradicating the friction that comes from building Web3 applications, and gives you the power to build innovative things that provides the opportunity for the future, because Web3 is the future. We all know that, right? So let's look at the demo we'll be building for this particular video and how that is going to look. So I went ahead to I made a quick design. Oh no, this is not a, yeah. So I made a quick design of something called what is your net worth. So you can see it. We're going to build a tool that allows us to get the net worth of an individual by providing just a wallet address. So how's that gonna look? This is I like making my demos look good. Now, if I can design, why not use the skills, right? So this is the simple interface. You expect it to put in your wallet and your address, and we can get you the what is it called now? The account balance, the balance in USD. And let's see if Moralis can do that. So I'm just gonna go to the Moralis platform, and once you are there, you need to create an account, because that gives you access to the API keys that you're going to use to query data and just get access to the infrastructure that Moralis is offering you. So I have an account already, so I will go to log in. You need to create an account, so do that. So I will log in, and I currently use my Google account to log into the platform. So I'm just gonna do just that, get my Google in, and that is it. I now have access to a dashboard, and this is similar to what you would also get if you were just creating an account as well. Maybe there might be a few things changing, I don't know yet, but at the end of the day, you should come and fall on this dashboard. So a number of things you can see. There's on the left-hand side, we have the Home Web3 API, Streams, Nodes, and Alt API. What we're going to focus on is, just look at the Web3 APIs a bit. Yes, you can see Web3 APIs. We want to get the, do not forget, want to get the account net worth of an individual from the wallet address. So Web3 APIs. And the way Moralis works is you need to create an API key to authenticate you so you can get access to the infrastructure. And that is what we are going to do. So if I just go to settings here, I can have access to the API keys, into the settings to get API keys, where I can provision one API key to use for any project I want to work. And so as you can see, the default one is active, so I can just use this and copy and use. So if you do not have, if you've not created an API key, I'm assuming some of us might be watching this for the first time or hearing about Moralis. So you need to create an API key. So just go right here, create a new API key, give it a good name. I'll just do that instead. So to say Moralis demo with core, and then you can put read. Just click a bunch of this things. We would never use the Alt API and Streams, but you have access to make that work for you. Maybe in another video we are going to look at what that means. So let's see what we'll be building today. I already showed you what the Figma file looks like. Let me now show you a working version of what we're building. So this is what is your network, the Vaselda app. And I'm going to go ahead and just copy my own account wallet address and paste that there. And I'll click check, next word. And it currently says I have $55. My net worth is $55 on that account. So let's see if that's right, because this is currently using the Moralis API behind the scenes to get the net worth across all the chains. So the best way to find that out is on Etherscan. So I just went ahead to open Etherscan. I'm gonna put the same wallet address I used on what is your net worth. Put it here, and you can see that right here we have $54, which corresponds to this. So it works. Let's see how you can build a version for you. So I already prepared a starter file, and I'm pumped for this. I already prepared a starter file that you can use to scaffold. So if you are new to web cloning projects, I recommend that you watch other videos for it. But I'm going to walk through these things as take my time with them. No, just be pacing the convenience rate. So let's see. I have the starter file. I'm going to put the links in the description. Let's get started. So I will go ahead and clone this to my machine. I'll go to code, copy this the Git repo, and go to my terminal. So I'm just going to put my terminal up, and I have a folder created. I'm just going to do git clone and paste in the URL I copied. So I'm just going to put that there, and I'm going to wait for my project to get cloned. So boom, we have the project already cloned to my machine. I'm going to seed into that, the startup project, and I'm going to clear all this. And now we're in the startup project. Next, let me put this up in an IDE. So if you don't have an IDE, I would recommend that you get one. I use VS Code. This video is aimed towards people that already do development anyway. So I do assume that you do have some coding environment on your PC. And if you do not, you can get VS Code. It's very good. So we'll now open this in the code editor. Boom. Let's see what our startup project looks like, so we can now start making some cool application that uses the Moralis API to fetch data from the blockchain. So this is our project. It's open. Let me explain. I think we should pull that up on the screen. So I'll just do npm run dev, and that is going to start our application. And we should see the front end to this. Oh, sorry. We need to do npm install. I forgot. So once you clone, don't do npm run dev, just do npm install, and that should download all the package, just lots of package that we need for your application to work. So while we're waiting for that to work, let me go talk about where you can find help once you're looking for how to integrate. So Moralis is very conscious about this, and they do have a documentation book online for you to see all the ways to manipulate and use the APIs to fetch data or do the awesome things you want to do in your application. So you can see on the left side, you see a list of the things you can do. You have access to the wallet API, the NFT API, token API, price API, blockchain API, and a number of APIs and compute lots of things. So we are just going to focus on what we are trying to do and leave all the other shiny things, play around with them some other day. So for our use case, we're trying to get the wallet net worth of an account. So an account on the blockchain, we're trying to get the net worth of it across all the chain in USD. So let's do that by going to, I think wallet API should contain that, right? Because it's related to an account. I click on that, I select that, and right there we can see we have a get wallet net worth that we can use. I'm going to just navigate to that, and that should open up the the part of the documentation that should contain that information. So you see, Moralis is very helpful, telling you that you need an API key. So if you've not done that first step, go back and do it. But we already have our APIs. I already provisioned one, so we can just leave it. So now that we have that done, let's get the wallet network. We need to call this API. So it's saying we need to call this API, but you will notice some things here, that there is a colon right in front of this. This means that we need to replace this with the wallet address. That is that represents a dynamic value that can change, that should change to fetch the appropriate data for that information. So, and then followed by a /network. And you can see they did exactly that here, where you have wallet followed by the wallet address and then /network. But they went ahead to add a number of parameters behind that you should also consider adding, because they do provide more information on what to add and what not to add. For example, this is saying exclude spam. So whatever token that it's not maybe listed or something is going to take that off, and then exclude unverified contract. So if you have 1 million shit coins that is associated with a contract that is not verified, do not include that in the network count. And that is what that is saying. So that is the API, the downloaded version. Let's see how we can use that. Hopefully our terminal, our application is all booted up. Yes. Now we can run npm run dev and start the application, so we can start looking at how to integrate the API into our applications. I'm pumped. Let's go. Anyway, guys, tomorrow is a big conference, so I'm looking forward to it. So once that is done, just give it a little bit more time, and that should boot up real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and just put localhost 3000 here and see if that does work. And that's compiling, and that should come alive. So this is the front end that you saw in the demo, and I've gone ahead to give you the front end because I do not want to focus on CSS and HTML. I just want to focus on that part that does the work, which is using APIs from Moralis to fetch data from the blockchain. Let's get right into it. So pull that up in code, which I already did here, and a quick walk through the code will show you a number of things. For example, if you go to the page.js, it's a simple app, not so many files, just straightforward to the point. This is the HTML and CSS thing that powers the application. And the part where we need to focus on for this particular page is the get net worth with Moralis. That is the part that we're going to focus on for this demo. This is what we need to integrate, because right now every other thing makes it work. So if I open the console, clear this, and I put in a wallet address, let me just put in a random one, and I go to console and I do check network, it's just going to print out hello, right? Because that is what I told it to do. So let's see how to change this and make it work for us. So heading back to the doc, remember that we need to call this wallet. We need to call this API so we can use that to remember that we need to call this API so that we can get that data from the infrastructure that Moralis provides, right? So I don't want to step through the code, so I already have a working code here. I'm just going to copy what I need. So just copy this and explain what that is line by line so that we can get the version, because this is not a coding tutorial. This is more like how I built this thing, right? Where is that again? I need to find that. So yes. All right, so I'm just going to replace this console.log with a try and catch block. And if everything works right, you should not see any errors, right? So what did I just do? We created a try and catch block, and I'm consoling the wallet address for some reason. Just take that off. That is not necessary. And what we're doing here is we are fetching via Next.js API route. This is a Next.js project, and we are calling API endpoint /Moralis, and we're passing the wallet address as a parameter. This endpoint doesn't currently exist. We are going to create it shortly. So I'm getting the response back from that, converting it to a JSON so I can fetch data out of it, and then using the information from the net worth to get the total net worth, and then I am formatting that using the formatter that's here, the currency formatter that's here, and putting that into this variable and showing that settings as a wallet balance, which then changes the value on our squares. So let's implement the end route so that we can see. So you see, is that app, it's an API Moralis wallet address. So let's build out the route that this is going to call. The way Next.js works is if you want to create a server route, right there, you need to create an API folder right there at the root of app, and then you can now create whatever folder structure which is going to be automatically converted, transformed into an API route. So as you can see, we have API /Moralis then /wallet address. That means I have to create API, and inside I'm going to create another folder, just a bit inside API. I'm going to create another folder. I'm going to call it Moralis, and then inside Moralis I'm going to create a file. I'm going to create a file this time, and I'm going to call it I'm going to create another folder inside Moralis that I'm going to call wallet, right? But this time I'm going to put in a square bracket around wallet because I want wallet to be a parameter that I need to pass in through the call, the request I'm making. So if this is all new to you, this is how Next.js works. I would recommend that you check out a Next.js video. If you don't know how to use Next.js, I might find one and attach it, a very good one, a short one to watch. But Next.js works by having you create folder structures, and it takes that, because it's good for developer experience, it takes that folder structure and converts it to routes and endpoints for you to use. So I'm going to put that there, and right now I'm going to create a file this time inside wallet, that dynamic wallet. I'm going to call it route.js, and this is where we need to put the code that's going to do the actual calling to the Moralis API. So let's go back to I'm going to copy that as well because I have it here working. I really don't want to bore you guys by writing this code from scratch, so I'm just going to copy this and paste it right here so that we can walk through it. So once you're here, you need to we are creating a get. This route is going to be a get request because you could also specify what kind of request that function is I'm going to be responding to, and then I'm going to get out the wallet address that we're passing. Remember, we're passing the wallet address via this. We're going to get that as a parameter. We're going to get that from the URL, and then we're going to make a call to the Moralis endpoint. We've gotten to the part where we need to actually focus on. Remember, we're calling that same endpoint that we have here, right? Deep index Moralis API v2 wallet, but we're changing this wallet address to the address that we actually intended to call. So we're going to get that, and we're going to replace it this year. We're using the template string here, and we're going to replace that particular string with the wallet address we want to make, and then also include the parameters that we saw to just configure how the API is going to respond and filter and sort out data for us, passing the headers. And one thing you will see here is there's a process.env the Moralis API key. Boom. Now you need to use your API key to authenticate requests. So right now, we currently don't have that. So now let's attach our API key to this project so that we can use it. I'm going to create a file. This is the root. I'm going to create a file here called .env.local. And .env of local is going to contain the secret that we're going to use to authenticate ourselves. Go back to the platform and copy your, don't do explosive, but just copy it. I'm just going to copy that. You try not to expose these things secret, keep them safe. That is why we're using server routes and not calling this API directly from the front end. Little things, guys, that make all the big changes. So I'm going to paste that right here. And as you can see, it does not have any variable. I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to put that right in front. Wait, I'm not going to go through that. So wait a minute. All right, so I'm going to paste that here, put it across to, and that's your Moralis API key. And I attach my API keys in front, and that's about that. I'm going to save. And because we just attached an API key, you need to restart your server because just do it. So I'm going to clear that. I'm going to do npm run dev again. So it kind of just loads up everything and attach the necessary things to our project so that we can have our project working. Environment, the local starting. And once that is done, we can check our front end and see how to use this. So I think I was talking about it's passing that data, the credentials, and we're going to get the response from that, and we're going to send it to the front end. And that's about that. Let's see if the project is finished booting. Good. Let's go to the front end. Let's reload. And once that is done, we should see the same front end we saw the other time, but this time, what's gonna be different? Some things are gonna be different. Just wait. All right, so we have our front end now, but this time we've done all the connections. Yeah, connections. I think we've done it. We've used our whatever. And as I said, this is the response that you will get back, right? You're going to get back the total net worth USD. You're going to get back the chains that is associated with it. So it's checking the Ethereum chain and also a number of value. The native balance is the number of Ethereum Ether that the account has. Native balance formatted. So this is this, but more cleaner. This is probably in gray or way, one of those values or something. So this one is an Ether, so it's currently having 1085, huge. Then native balance in USD, so whatever this is in USD, token balance in USD, total balance, token balance in USD, and then net worth USD. Net worth USD is what we want to use because it combines all, both the Ether and all the verified contract token that the wallet is holding. So that's about that. Let's see if our project is working. It is. Good. So let's test. I think I like to just check if there's any error. Oh, no errors. We're safe. So let's see. Okay, this is just browser issues. So I'm gonna just go back here and I am going to put in a wallet address. So let's copy my wallet address. This wallet address, and as you can see, this has 54. The net worth of this wallet address is 54 USD. I'm gonna put that right here, and I'm gonna say check network. And if everything works, we should have 54.9 USD. And that is the net worth of my wallet, guys. And Moralis just gave me this without having to write any smart contract or do any crude code. I just called an API. It's amazing. And I queried data from the blockchain. Do you see that speed? That's what Moralis is all about. The speed, the infrastructure, the power, and all on your palms to build things that interact with the blockchain. This is just the tip of the iceberg, and this is working. So right now, what did we do? We used the Moralis Get Wallet net worth API endpoint to query the blockchain, and all in record time, guys. All in record time. So this is amazing. If you want to play around with it, I'm going to leave a bunch of links, and this one is where you can test the live version. I'm also going to leave the starter file and a number of things. This is my wallet. I'm not going to leave my wallet for you guys. Yeah. Moralis is awesome. I got him on TV. Okay, so that's about that. That's about that. Thank you so much for checking this video. My name is Core, and this is my YouTube channel. If you love this kind of videos, please subscribe, tell me feedback. I want to get all those things. And if you feel like there are things I should improve in my coding sessions or whatever, tell me. And if you love Moralis, please shout them out because it's awesome what they're doing. I really love it. Thank you so much for catching this. I'll see you in the next one.